Today, Saturday, the 28th of September 2024, we have some hand-picked match predictions to share with you, which will be backed up by some stats and analytics to help you make your picks in this list to boost your winning by a greater percent. And to those of you who want to have access to our top 10 game predictions based on 1.5 and 2.5 goal match picks, which we share to members only, as well as games prediction picks based on corner kicks and straight win events, which we shared as well as to members only, and other prediction type based on big league events like Champions League, Europa League, Conference League, Premier League, Bundesliga, as well as having early access to all of these picks 2 to 3 days ahead of time, and sometimes every many days ahead of time, so that you see what is from the inside before others to boost your winning to the next height. Then you want to make sure that you become a member of the Level 2 Pro plan by subscribing to the link below this video. Click on it directly and subscribe as a Level 2 Pro member so that you can have access to all of these features we have mentioned to take your winning to the next level. So the link is below this video. Without wasting time, I'm going to begin with the first event of our today's list. Looking at the first match pick, we want to look at China in the Super League, a match between Shanghai against Qingdao West Coast. For this event, I first of all want to share with you the recent game performance of Shanghai in matches they have just had recently. You're going to see that the score between 3 to 4 goals per each event. Its opponent, on the other hand, also proved to be very good in terms of goal scoring, and of course, this shows that both of these two sides have good performances. Now, looking at the performance of Shanghai at home, you're going to see that they are very good, especially when they come at home. And looking at the opponent as well, on the other hand, they prove to be good as well. Now, looking at the comparison in terms of form between these two from the stands, you're going to see that Shanghai is sitting on the second position in terms of form. And based on home performance by Shanghai, they sit on the first. Having played 5 events recently, they have had all the 5 wins, 27 goals scored and 4 conceded. Very offensive and very defensive. Its opponent, on the other hand, proved that they sit based on table form, fit position. Having played 5 games, they have just had 2 wins, 6 goals scored and 6 conceded. They are not that very good in terms of goal scoring as well as defense. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks in this event in full time. Looking at these particular 2 teams, both of these 2, especially Shanghai, which is the home team, have proved to have better offense and better gameplay rating in terms of recent game they have had. The opponent, on the other hand, which is the away team, shows that the power based on conceding is not very strong. That is, the defense is average. It is not that strong as compared to that of Shanghai. Now, looking at the last head-to-head between these 2, Shanghai played away this same year. It had a game against the opponent. Shanghai played by away and the opponent at home. And it ended as 5-3, while Shanghai had the lead when it played away. This time, Shanghai is coming home. And looking at the fact that its offense is still very strong, we still want to look at Shanghai to lead in full time. We still want to look at the possibility of 1.5 goal in full time or 2.5 goals for this event in full time. Those are our 2 major picks. Looking at the next here, we'll look at Czech Republic in the third Liga, a match between Třinec against Uhrbrod. For this event, the performance of the home team, Třinec, proved to be better in terms of goal scoring, a recent event they have had. The opponent, on the other hand, as well, proved to be also good, but they have mostly had games. You can see the recent game they just had here against Hubina, they had a loss 4-0. Looking at the comparison of Třinec based on home event they have had, they have proved that they are very offensive, especially when they play at home, registering between 2 and 5 goals per each event. The opponent, on the other hand, when they play at away, they are not very good and they do concede, as you can see. Now, I want to share with you the stands based on form comparison of these 2. You're going to see that based on form, Třinec, which is the home team, based on home form, sits on the second position. And having played 4 games, they have had 10 goals scored and 4 wins, while 3 conceded. That's a good offense and a good defense. The opponent, on the other hand, which is the away team, as you can see here, sits right on the 12th position, and having played 3 events, they have had 1 win, 4 goal conceded, and 2 scored, telling us that Trinidad, which is the home team, have better offense, and the away team, the defense is not that very strong. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks in this event in full time. For this particular event, the home team Trinidad have proved to be better in terms of offense. The defense is also better, but that of its opponent, on the other hand, do not have a very strong defense, and the offense is not very strong. Therefore, want to look at Trinidad to take the home advantage to lead this match in full time, as well as want to look at the possibility of at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time. Looking at the next, we want to look at Czech Republic in the 4th league, a match between Aritma Prague against Jindřichův Hradec. For this event, the home team, of course, you can see that based on recent games they have had, prove that they are good, and the score between 3 to 4 goals per each event. Its opponent as well, on the other hand, prove that they are very conceding based on recent games they have had, conceding between 4 to 3 goals per each event. Now, looking at the stand comparison between these two, I will share with you the form table, and Aritma Prague, based on form, based on home, prove that they sit on a better position. And of course, looking at the fact that they are in the 10th position, they have scored 3 games, that is 3 goals scored for 2 events played and 2 goals conceded. The opponent, on the other hand, which is the away team, as you can see here, prove that you can see they sit right on the 13th position, and the defense is not very strong. And since these two teams almost show equal strength, though that of Aritma, based on recent events they have had, shows that they are good in terms of recent game they have had. We want to look at 2 major picks in this event in full time. For this particular event, we want to look at the possibility of goals as the greatest possibility here. Since these two teams almost show of equal strength in terms of the form, home and away play, therefore these two still want to impress as they come to meet each other for this tournament. We therefore want to look at least 1.5 goal in this event in full time or 2 goals over. Looking at the next, we want to look at England in the Premier League, a match between Arsenal against Leicester. For this event, the performance of Arsenal based on recent games they have had have proved that Arsenal is good. The opponent, on the other hand, which is Leicester, has mostly had events you can see also in the Premier League, but its average performance or its performance is not as good as that of Arsenal. Looking at the performance of Arsenal based on home games, prove that Arsenal shows a better form as compared to Leicester based on away games. Now, looking at the stands comparison in terms of form between these two, you're going to see that the home team, which is Arsenal, based on home gameplay events, they sit actually in the 9th position. They have just had 2 games played, 3 goals have been scored, and 1 conceded. Leicester, on the other hand, of course, sits on the, you can see, 13th position, and the defense is not very strong as compared to Arsenal. And looking at this, we want to look at 2 major picks in this event in full time. For this particular tournament, it is the 6th round of this tournament, and Arsenal, which is coming home, shows better form and performance. We still want to impress in this game. Therefore, we want to look at Arsenal to lead in full time or just the possibility of at least 1.5 goal or 2 goals to occur in this match in full time. Looking at the next, we're looking at Netherlands in the Eredivisie, a match between William against PSV Eindhoven. For this event, the performance of William, which is the home team, proved that they have showed a great performance in recent games they have had. But of course, PSV, on the other hand, shows better performance and have had games with strong teams, especially in the Champions League against Juventus, where, of course, they tried to score 1 goal against Juventus. And of course, its performance recently have proved that they are very good. And looking at the form of PSV based on the way they shows a good performance. That of William at home is not as great as that of PSV Eindhoven. Comparing the stance of these two and looking at the form, you're going to see that PSV Eindhoven, in terms of away performance of form, sits on 2nd position. Having played 3 games, they have had all the 3 wins, 13 goals scored and 3 conceded. Very offensive and very defensive. But that of the home team, which is William, based on home performance, you're going to see that they sit right on the 6th position. And the defense is good, but the offense is not very, very good. Therefore, of course, since PSV have a better offense in terms of match played rating, we want to look at 2 major picks here in full time. For this event, PSV Eindhoven, which is the away team, have proved to be better in terms of offense. Even though the defense of the home team proved to be great, but that also of Eindhoven is also very strong. And this tournament, of course, they are coming to meet PSV want to impress to see how they can secure a better place on the stand table. Therefore, we want to look at PSV to lead this match as one of the possibility pick for this event in full time, or just the possibility of at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time, or at least 2 goals. Looking at the next here, we're looking at Norway Division 2 Group 2, a match between Skilled against Trinham. For this event, of course, the home team Skilled proved to be very good, and the recent gameplay they have had shows that they are a good team. That of its opponent, on the other hand, concede as much as they can, and the recent event being played by these two, especially Skilled at home, proved that they have lead almost every event in the home game played. Streatham, its opponent, on the other hand, proved to concede as much as they can, as you can see, based on recent event. Now, looking at the comparison in terms of form of these two, I will share with you that of the form table for Skid, especially at home. You are going to see that Skid here sit on the third position, and having played 5 games at home, they have had 4 wins, scoring up to 14 goals and 6 concede. That's a good offense and also average defense. Its opponent, on the other hand, proved to be poor. You are going to see that they sit right on the 11th position, and the defense is very weak. For 5 events played, they have conceded up to 12 goals. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, the home team have proved to be very offensive and better in terms of offense. And that of its opponent, on the other hand, do not have a strong defense. Therefore, the home team want to take advantage of the weak defense of its opponent and want to look at the home to lead in full time, or just the possibility of at least 1.5 goal in full time or 2 goals over. Looking at the next here, we look at Norway 3rd Division Group 3, a match between Lodefort against Bijard. For this event, the home team is as poor as you can see here. They are very conceding. But that of Bijard, which is the away team, that is Bijard, proved to be better in terms of recent game they have had. Looking at the stand comparison, especially the form table based on home and away, you're going to see that Bijard, which is the away team in terms of its recent form, they sit on the 2nd position. And it proved that they are very offensive. For 5 events played, they have had 3 wins, but they have scored up to 18 goals, which is an average goal score rate of above 3, which is good, and the defense is also very good. But that of its opponent, which is the home team, you're going to see that they sit right on the 7th position. Having conceded 14 goals for just 5 events played shows that the defense is not strong. And as a result, we want to look at 2 major picks here in full time. Based on this, the performance of the away team is very offensive, and the defense is very strong. But that of the home team proved that the defense is very weak. They concede as much as they can, and therefore the away team want to take the advantage of the weak defense of the home team to see how they can strike in more goals here. As a result, we want to look at the way to lead, as well as the possibility of 1.5 goal in full time or 2.5 goals in full time. Looking at the next, we're looking at Turkey in the Super League, a match between Galatasaray against Kazım. Here, we're looking at the fact that Galatasaray, which is the home team, proved to be very great in terms of recent game they have had, scoring between 3 to 5 goals per each event, as you can see based on this rating. That of its opponent, on the other hand, concede as much as they can, and the defense is not that very strong, and the offense is also not very strong. But comparing these two in terms of form, this is the 7th round of this tournament, and looking at the form of Gala based on home game they have had, they are very offensive, and you can see that they are the best in this league table. Having played 3 games, all the 3 wins have been recorded, scoring 10 goals and conceding 2. Very offensive and very defensive. That of its opponent, on the other hand, of course, you are going to see that they sit on the 7th position. You can see the offense is not strong and the defense is average, and therefore want to look at 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, of course, the home team proved to be better, and having the better offense and better defense, we want to look at the fact that since it is coming at home, it is going to take that home advantage. Therefore, want to look at the home team, Gala, to lead this match in full time, or the possibility of at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time. And to those of you who want to have access to all our match prediction picks, especially our top 10 list of match predictions for 1.5 and 2.5 goals as our best picks, as well as corner kick event, then you want to make sure that you become a member of the Level 2 Pro plan to start to have access to all of these features, just as our members are doing to take their winning to the next level. The link is below this video description. You can easily click on it, join to become a member as well, and start to make sure that you take advantage of our top list of game predictions in terms of goals probability, straight wins, and other criteria to take your winning to the next level. Good luck, and see you again from the inside, and bye-bye for now.